What's up, you guys? It's your girl Chadi Greatest and welcome back to my YouTube channel, y'all. Today I am back again with another video kind of slash story time-ish. As you guys know, I made an announcement that I was single about a week ago, and a lot of people was really upset about it, especially, you know, the ones that was like grew fond of my relationship. I wanted to not mention it or tell you guys why we broke up. I just kind of wanted it to just be but then somebody just made something profound. It was like, hey, you know, we were really into you guys' relationship, you shared it with the world, so you can't just not tell us what happened, you know, like kind of leave people on like a cliffhanger, because every video I post, y'all ask about it. So my mom always told me that it's 3 sides to every story, okay? They side, your side, and the truth. So today I'm going to be giving you guys my truth. I'm going to try to point the finger at myself. Me. I don't want this video to be a, oh, he. You know what I mean? It's no blame. It was 100% my decision, and this is something that I really wanted to do, and I'm going to tell you guys why.
Lil, make it pop. What's up? If he broke, then we can't talk. Nope. The I make it shake. What? Like a shake weight. Make it break. Like an earthquake. Break the bank. If I put this work in, is you gon' cop me a Birkin? Money make this hot girl act a fool, and that's for certain. I'ma get the twerking. He know I'm his favorite person. What? That nigga think the internet have him surfing. I say Lil, make it pop.
I wrote down 8 bullet points that I'm going to share with you guys today to keep me on track. I'm going to try to be extremely brief because I don't want to prolong this thing. I just kind of want to get it over with. So I'm going to start from the beginning. I found out that he was sheltered. Like the second month of us dating, we were like super inseparable, and he kind of ended up sort of moving in with me at my old place. But when somebody moves in with you, you kind of start seeing like little stuff. So I had a 2-bedroom at the time. It wasn't no space for us. Like his clothes and everything was everywhere. So I was like, okay, like I think it's time for me to move, and I wanted to move really bad anyway. We sat down and we just talked about kind of getting a place together. He was really adamant about it. Was telling him like, hey, you know, you need to tell your mom, you know, because you're living with her. He's gonna end up leaving, so I think she should know. He asked if we could look for a 4-bedroom because he wanted his own creative room kind of space, and I was cool with it. I said, okay, cool. So as I'm applying for stuff, I can make $3,000 one month, and the next month I can make $10,000. Like, it's no telling with entrepreneurship. So they were saying like I make enough, but it's kind of like inconsistent. But this 4-bedroom is a lot of money right now, especially how the market is looking. You know, how do you feel about putting your name on an application? So he was cool with it. The rental properties kept calling me like, hey, we're trying to push Mr. Miller's application through, but he doesn't have, you know, the documents that we need. He worked for his parents, like he's in business with his parents. I'm not trying to tell his business, but I can't really help it. Kind of was upset about it because, you know, I'm like, he really want this room, so I'm really trying to get this room for him so he can be comfortable. So I called his mom because, you know, he works for his mom, and I was like telling her, me and Jalen is trying to move in together. I don't know if he told you, but we're looking for, you know, certain credentials that he's saying that he doesn't have. So I was calling you to see if you had them and can send them to us so we can push it through with the application. Immediately when I said that, her whole tone changed. Oh yeah, well, you know, my son is not, he doesn't have the credentials to move in with anyone and put nothing in his name. Is she not okay with it? It was really weird. So it started to make me feel weird. I hope she don't think I'm trying to get over on her son. Like, baby, I'm well off. Okay, no shade, but baby, I am well off, and I've been on my own for 3 years. I moved out my mom's house when I was 17. I hope you don't think I'm trying to finesse your son or something, because that's absurd. I felt really offended by her tone and her approach, you know, about him moving in with me. So, you know, I'm not mad, you know, because if I was a mom, I probably would feel the same way. So I didn't care, because at the end of the day, this is what your son wants to do. So in my mind, I'm like, if your son wants to do this, he's going to do this with or without your permission, period. That's what I thought. So I called him. I'm like, hey, if this is something you couldn't do right now, why would you even agree or bring it up at all? I don't know what my mom's talking about. She don't know what she's talking about. She's wrong. I do got X, Y, and Z. I just got to find it. It was too much playing going on. Okay, so he's obviously not telling his mom something, and she's obviously not telling him something. So I ended up getting a 3-bedroom. I told him like, hey, I don't think it's going to be enough space for you, so I think you should just go back to your mom's house for the time being, and so, you know, you can figure something out as far as your documents and stuff go. He was very disappointed in that. He didn't want to do that. He refused. He said, I don't want to go back to my mom's house. And I'm telling him, I'm like, what's so bad about your mom's house? Like, you know, you're gonna live rent free. You're not gonna have to pay any bills. You know, you can focus on what you want to focus on. Like, you don't have to worry about documents, application fees. Like, I'm a grown woman. Like, I gotta deal with that stuff on a month-to-month basis. So he was like, I don't think we can be in a relationship without me living with you. I just wanted to just diffuse the situation. So I was just like, I just think you should go back to your mom's. He went back to his mom's house for like not even a month, and then he agreed to move in with me. And I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, do you understand, like, if you move here, you're going to have to pay bills regardless of you not having your own room. He was okay with it. He wanted to do it. He was like, oh yeah, of course, I'm already knowing, like, let's do it. I started spending money on dates and stopped investing in my brand. So, you know, we both was just always going out. He would always want to lay up. I just started spending like a lot of my money and time being in love. Once things slowed down for me due to being in love, I started to help build him up, but there were no improvements made. Then I started noticing he was very unambitious. I'm telling him every day, like, babe, you need to do this. Babe, you need to get your account in your name. Babe, you need to do that. I'm not really ambitious about it, you know. I just don't want to do it. Do your mom know all this? Like, I was like, well, you have your dad's business. He's like, I don't want to do that either. Like, that's just not my goal. I don't want to do it. So I'm like, well, babe, this is what's making you the most money right now. So I'm like, okay, so what is it you want to do? He said, I just want to focus on my clothing brand right now. So here I am being a girlfriend. Y'all know I got my own boutique clothing store. He needs to market himself better, do more photo shoots, get models, X, Y, and Z. That's what I had to do in order to get a selling clientele. So I'm giving him gems on what to do to build his brand and market himself. He's not listening to anything I'm saying. So here it is, y'all, 8 months down the line, he's still doing the same thing he was doing. And as a woman, I just felt unheard. I felt unappreciated. I had 1 million followers and I wasn't getting one sale. Learned things and I changed it and I act accordingly. So I'm trying to tell you how to do the same thing, but you're not listening to me. I'm done talking. I'm not saying anything anymore because you obviously got to figure it out, right? Okay, cool, do your thing. I see that he's not even ambitious about his clothing brand either. I'm not gonna lie. What are we working towards? You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna be in a relationship, you talking about having kids with me, you talking about marrying me in a couple years, it's like, I just started looking at him less of a man because I just was like, what if, you know, I lose my job or something? What are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to depend on you because you're gonna be the second codependent. But you don't have the ambition. So it's like, we're both gonna be. I just started like looking at him different, but I thugged it out. You know, I just tried to thug it out because I'm like, maybe it'll get better. 8 months went by in a blink of an eye and just nothing changed. I felt like everything was on me. You have your amazing, successful mother that's, you know, trying to get you into real estate, but you're not putting it to use. You're also in business with your father, but you're not trying to take over the family business. My mom, you know, wasn't able to teach me about generational wealth. She wasn't able to put me on as far as building your credit, what it takes to invest. You don't want to do anything with it. I just was just turned off by it. Wow, if I had a parent like my boyfriend's parents, like, I would be so far, you know, but I wasn't blessed with that luxury. If I see someone who has it and they don't do anything with it, it kind of just frustrates me because it's just like, I just worked so hard to get to where I am today all by myself, you know. Like I said, when I was 17, I moved out my mom's house on my own because she made me uncomfortable to a point where it was like, okay, it's do or die for me. I have to get out of here. I have to elevate. I have to be on my own. It was so many days where I say like, damn, I wish I could have a break. Or I have friends who parents, you know, took care of them and, you know, I had to take care of myself. I just really grew envious, really envious to a point where I just was just so like, it's like unattractive. And this was month 4 or 5. I would have killed to have a mom like that who could just put me on ahead of time, you know. Number 5, I noticed he was very insecure when I would try to work with old business partners that were males. So I had to end them. Once I found out that, you know, I kind of, you know, got off my A game, I wasn't as ambitious or productive as I used to be before I was in a relationship. I gained so much weight, stopped working out, snatched me away from my goal that I was headed to before he came into my life. Am I saying it's a bad thing? No, because at the end of the day, nobody put a gun to my head and say, hey, China, when you get into a relationship, don't be productive. You know what I mean? I knew what I had to do to get back on my feet. I knew I had to, you know, reach back out to those old friends or those old influencers I used to collab with in my past. I knew I had to have certain meetings with certain people in order to take my career as far as my acting and stuff to the next level. But every time I would do that, he would be insecure about it. Bro, I never done nothing. I never cheated on him or anything. I never done nothing for him not to trust me. I just didn't even want to deal with it. So I was like, okay, like, I'm just going to cut them off. Like, I don't care. Like, forget it. I'm paying back because it's like, I done cut off all of these people. I'm putting him before my career. You know what I'm saying? You work for your parents, you're going to be straight regardless. Me, if this don't work out for me, baby, I gotta punch in somebody's clock. You get what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get a 9 to 5, baby. Like, start from minimum wage. I don't have a resume, period. This is do or die for me. And I don't think he understood that. That's why we didn't see eye to eye when it came to that. Number 6, baby, let's get into this BBL, because a lot of people was like, oh, she broke up with him after she got her BBL. Absolutely not. When you get a BBL, you will want to be in a relationship already, because all guys gonna do is look at that ass. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, I'm trying to hit that. They ain't thinking long term. They thinking for the moment. But I'm not mad at it, because it came off that way. I want to let you guys know that after I got my BBL, his insecurities got even worse. I think it was this guy from my past that I used to mess around with back in like 2018. I believe he swiped up to my story and said, you look good, or something like that. And I was like, thank you, with a heart. While I was in surgery, he saw that. I'm fresh out of surgery. I'm really sore. So I really needed his help along with the nurses. As soon as he came back to the room, in the back of the room where I was laying at, he was very standoffish. 2 hours later, like his whole mood changed, like he didn't want to be there. So I'm like talking to him, I'm looking at him, and he's very standoffish. Like, you know, I'm asking him, I'm telling him I need help with stuff, I need help getting up, I need help walking. He's not trying to help me. He's getting an attitude, rolling his eyes. I'm at my lowest moment right now. I've never been in that much pain before. I never even had surgery before. For you not to help me at a low point when I need you the most because of a thank you, that just really broke my heart. Like I ain't even gonna say broke my heart. Like, it was just very childish, you know. So he finally tells me, like, yeah, I saw the DM where you said thank you to the guy. I'm like, I can't say thank you. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he used to be a really good friend of mine. I'm talking about, y'all, this is straight DM. I said thank you. That's it. Thank you. Wow. You're really insecure. I don't want to make him look bad, so I'm just gonna move on. After my BBL, his insecurities got worse. So yeah, things definitely changed after I got my BBL. Social media started to look at me as a couple brand, which I grew to hate. One day, it was this dating app company that reached out to me for a sponsorship. So they was gonna pay me a couple $1,000s or whatever. And once they sent the contract over and everything was about to be locked in, they was like, hey, yeah, we had our marketing team, you know, dig deeper into your page. And we noticed that you're in a relationship. For this sponsorship, you know, this is a single app. So we don't think this sponsorship would be the best marketing tool. And I'm not mad about it. You know, money come and go, because I made more money after that. I was very livid. People like, where's Jalen? Is just like, damn, like I can't even make a video without y'all asking for him in my video. Like, people wasn't even trying to like watch my video unless my boyfriend was in it. Like, I didn't like how people were starting to look at my brand as something that it was never. Lastly, and I'm gonna close the books on this one. Once I got my BBL, my engagement came back. You know, my followers, my views, everything started, you know, doing good for me again. Which made me want to take things to the next level, where I would have to, you know, get back on my collab shit, you know, attend more networking events and everything. I've been doing a lot of skits. As you guys know, acting is my way out. Film, television is my way out. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to, you know, link with guys, do different skits with different people, whether it's a girl, whether it's a guy. That girl I used to be. Literally, I used to wake up at 8 a.m., film videos, film content. Like, I just missed all of that. And me just being in a relationship really distracted me from that. I'm not blaming him for it, because at the end of the day, it was my decision. I was in love, you know what I'm saying? I loved everything that was going on. And then there's so many people doing this social media now. It's like people will forget about you like in a second. I finally got out of that sunken place. And like I said, the insecurities were still going on. So we would have like arguments about nothing, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, after a while it got really toxic. You know, we started saying things to each other that we really didn't mean, me included, you know what I mean? And I said, you know what, like, I think it's time to take a break. I think it's time to separate. I think it's time to take a step back. Him living with me, like, I was cooking for him, cleaning for him every day. I was tired. Like, I was really tired. I felt like a wife, and I wasn't. I'm too young. Like, I'm too young to be this locked in with somebody right now. Like, I need someone that's going to be on what I'm on and understand what I do and add to what I do, not take away or be upset when I do it. While we broke up, like I said, 100% my fault. I felt like it was best, especially how things were going. We split about a month ago now. We mutually decided on it. And a lot of people was like, oh, you don't care, you don't seem sad about it. Trust me, girl, like, I care, you know. Was my decision selfish or too harsh? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you guys can tell me below, but ever since we broke up, I just been back on my grind. Things have been going really, really good for me. In June, I actually go to LA for my first acting convention. Like, things just really been working out for me so well. once I got my head back in the game, you know what I mean? But like I said, guys, this isn't to bash him. I still love him with all my heart. But I just did what was best for me. I'm really young, and I hear a lot of people say, oh my gosh, you can't keep a man. That may be true, but at the end of the day, baby, I'm 21. This is probably not going to be my last relationship I'm going to be in. I have decades. I have damn near 2 decades to settle down. I'm young, you know, so I'm still figuring things out, you know, just like anybody else that's my age. A lot of relationships I know that used to date in their late, early 20s, divorced 10 years later. I'm not into that. If after a year I feel like it's not what I want or it's not helping me get to where I want to be 5-10 years from now, then I'm gonna date it every time. Baby, I don't give a damn. And could we get back together in the future? Sure. I mean, I don't see why not. But as of right now, I just feel like he needs to focus on, you know, getting his life straightened out. I need to focus on getting my life straightened out, and we just need to be 21-year-olds. Window of opportunity closes. Yeah, guys, I mean, I feel really good about this. Like I told you guys, it's nothing bad. There's no bad blood between us. There's the truth. Hope you guys are accepting of it. You know, I'm probably going to get grief about it. I don't care. I broke up with him because I chose my career over him, period. And in my eyes, it's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore, okay? I'm gonna go.